Hello, I'm Monica. I'm a therapist under the College of Social Workers. A few days ago, I made a video talking to you, explaining to you a little bit about radical acceptance, wise mind, and mindfulness as a way, as an avenue to manage anxiety that might get in the way of you and I moving forward, and not being stuck and not being able to proceed in a mindful way for that matter. Um, So, wise minds is a step, a portion of radical acceptance because radical acceptance is about being balanced. It's about being balanced within ourselves. Because if I'm in emotion mind, which is one of the thinkings in wise mind, it's very difficult. If I'm in emotion mind, it's I don't want to get out of bed. I can't imagine what's going to happen today. There's so much to be done. There's so much there's people talking about people and there's not a lot of trust in the office and how am I going to get it done? And that's emotion mind. And that's not radical acceptance. Not staying in the moment. So let me read this to you before it disappears off my screen again. This awareness, cultivating mindfulness, creates a space for observing both reasonable mind and emotion mind, allowing for the integration of both, the and of emotion mind and rational mind. Mindfulness practice serves as a foundation for accessing the wise mind and making balanced decisions. When I'm in my wise mind, the balance between the two, I'm not worrying, I'm not anxious, I'm not necessarily angry about the what's going to happen in the future because I'm entirely focused on the present. So that's the balance that we're looking to find when we're practicing mindfulness. And the way to practice mindfulness is to radically accept the moment. Exciting, right? So someone said to me the other day, okay, it's going to take me a bit of work to, have that mindset. I don't think it's a mindset. I think it's work because we have not been taught, most of us anyhow, I would say a great percentage of our culture has not been taught to live in our wise mind, nor have we been taught as children to balance those two into our wise mind. Why do I say that? I say that because, in my generation, a lot of us, when we were crying and not able to understand why we couldn't have that chocolate bar at the grocery store with mommy, or a toy that we wanted and we just couldn't have it that time and we cried. Our parents also weren't taught how to manage emotion. Um, so often it was either dragging us out of the store or telling us they were going to give us something to cry about, which I get it. That's how they were taught, and it doesn't teach us how to manage our emotions. So it's not a way of thinking, it's work for most of us. It's work. And how to do that work is by practicing mindfulness as much as you can. Wise mind. It's when you're in the shower, when you're brushing your teeth, when you're cooking, when you're vacuuming, when you're doing those activities, practicing mindfulness, using your five senses to stay in the moment. That is also wise mind because you're not thinking in an emotional way, you're thinking in a balanced way. You're balanced in the present. Hope that makes sense. If you have any problems or you're struggling with these and you think they would be useful and you want to learn more, reach out to me, reach out to another professional. It's a wonderful way of living. Hey, and the biggest thing DBT says, don't beat yourself up. What to celebrate is that you're trying to be the best person you can. You're doing the best that you can. You've been taught the skills, you've learned the skills you have. And the idea of life, I think, for me, hopefully for you, is to become the best person we can by learning new skills and practice. Blessings, everyone.